Hi, if you've got tennis elbow, we get that this can be a really frustrating condition, but I've got a solution for you. I've got 3 great home exercises that you can do that will get you on the path to recovery and get you back doing those things you love, like playing sport, playing with the kids, or even those menial tasks that you need to do around the house, like picking up a kettle, picking up grocery bags, and that sort of thing. So getting you back to just enjoying life again. So stay tuned. Okay, the first exercise is a stretch. So we're going to stretch the muscles on the outside of the elbow, and we're going to use the right hand, my right hand, as the affected side, and we're going to cross that underneath the non-affected arm and link the fingers together, and then gently stretch the right wrist back with your left hand. Now you just need to make sure your right elbow is fairly straight and your right arm's relaxed, and you're applying the stretch there with the wrist and fingers bending back. You want to hold this for 10 to 15 seconds, and you might repeat this about half a dozen times and about 3 times a day. Now you should feel the stretch just on the outside of the elbow here. So the second exercise is actually a muscle release strategy that we often use in the clinic here. Now we know that the muscles around the elbow often get very tight and stiff, and sometimes it's not localized to just one particular muscle. So what I'd like you to do is just have your elbow bent in front of you and just have a feel with your other thumb around the muscles around your elbow here, close to the area of your pain. Now you might find an area that is a bit more tender and a bit tighter than it should be, and you want to apply a bit of pressure there with your thumb and hold that on that spot for about 1 or 2 minutes until it starts to ease up. Then you might just move around to different muscles in the same area and feel for knots as well, and do the same thing. Now you might do that to a few different areas around the elbow for about 10 minutes, and you do that once a day. Now, if you'd like a bit more information about tennis elbow, to access our free report titled Tennis Elbow, the 4 critical elements that you need to know to be pain-free, just comment below the code word tennis elbow and we'll personally message you back. Now the third home strategy is actually a series of 3 exercises which have been shown to be effective in managing tennis elbow. Now we want to basically strengthen the tendon and make it more resistant to taking load. So these exercises are designed to do that. Now if you've got a TheraBand at home, a piece of elastic tubing, that's very handy for these exercises. Alternatively, you could use a small weight like a hand weight, 1 or 2 kilos, or a can of beans or peas or something of that nature. So I'll demonstrate with the band first, and what you just do is put the band on end under your foot to anchor it down in place. Now the other end, you want to wrap that around your hand like so, and then you want to use a table, the edge of the table, so that your wrist is over the edge and your elbow is bent. That's really important so you don't load the tendon in a stretched position. Now what we want to do is just gently start with the elbow bent and then raise up slowly and then come down about halfway, hold for about 5 seconds so that's a static hold, and that's shown to be effective for improving tendon strength, and then release fully and repeat that again. Coming up fully, stopping halfway, and then releasing fully. And you might do that about 10 to 12 times and build up the amount of repetitions you can get to. The other exercise is a slight variation of this, working on a different muscle group. So you just flip the hand around so that your thumb is facing upwards, and you do the same procedure. So you're starting in that bent position and then raising up slowly and then coming down halfway, holding for 5 seconds and then releasing. Now this action is very similar to the action you'd use if you were carrying a cup of tea or pouring a kettle. So it's a very functional movement. The same repetitions apply for that. The third exercise is where you flip the hand over and you start again in an extended position of the wrist, and you're bending the wrist up. Now this addresses the strength of a muscle on the other side of the elbow, but will create a bit more balance around the elbow muscles. So the same procedure applies, so coming up slowly and then releasing to about halfway, holding and then releasing fully. Again, you might do 10 to 15 reps, about 3 sets of all of these, and you can actually do the stretch in between these exercises, the one I went through earlier, like this, and that will be a nice routine of exercises for this problem. Now remember, you might feel a bit of discomfort when you do these exercises, but as long as the pain doesn't get worse and improves very quickly afterwards, that's okay. Now if you'd like more information about tennis elbow and to access our free report, Tennis Elbow, the 4 critical factors that you need to know to be pain-free, comment the code word Tennis Elbow in the chat box below. We'll personally message you. Also, if you have a question, feel free to comment below and we'll get straight back to you. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye for now.